What's up, YouTube? This is Fable Grimro. Today I'm going to give you guys a breakdown and discussion of the recently confirmed March 2012 OCG ban list. Let me start you guys off with the ban cards. First up is Glow Bulb, probably the most abusable tuner that we have in this game. Probably a long time coming for this card to come out. Easy to double synchro. Peace out, Glow Bulb. Next up is Spore, sort of the other tuner that was used in the Tengu synchro, plant synchro, synchrocentric deck, whatever you want to call it. Both of these two, what made them so broken is that they were essentially free special summons from the grave, which meant you can easily spam out 1 or 2 synchros, possibly 3 with them. Third card to be banned is Trap Dustshoot. This card essentially became a semi-staple trap card this format, along with the Solemn Brigade, as pretty much open with this card. Look at your opponent's hand, send whatever combo monster, the best monster they have, back to the deck, and then you should win from there. So, this is one of those cards that sort of goes in and out with the format. So, personally, I'm kind of glad to see this thing go, but it's not a huge issue. The fourth card that got banned, that I currently have out on loan to one of my friends at YCS Atlanta, was Trishula. Trishula is probably one of the best synchros, but being that it's a 9-star that requires 3 monsters and just that heavy investment, it's a really good card. Don't get me wrong, but I would probably ban Brionac over Trishula, as Brionac is just way more broken. But I mean, Trishula is still a fantastic card, but I'm gonna miss it. Mistworm is probably gonna have to go in Trishula's place, but Mistworm just doesn't do the same things that Trishula does. But pretty much everyone that runs synchros has to deal with this now. No more Trishula. So those are the 4 cards that were banned. There were 2 cards that got limited. First one is TG Striker, and the second one is Earth. The reason why these 2 were banned, or limited, sorry, is that in Japan, TG agents were a huge deck, and since they'd rather hit, the ban list tends to hit consistency over power. They hit, of course, the 2 abusable tuners in the deck. The problem, TGs were splashed in a lot of decks, including, TG Stun or whatever, but like TG variants, including Striker and Warwolf and maybe Rhino, could be splashed in a lot of things. So limiting Striker is going to hurt. It pretty much kills TGs, which is rather ironic that they just won YCS Atlanta. But, having 1 Striker definitely hurts. Same with agents. Having 1 Earth is just going to kill the deck, as they really don't have any other options to replace it. Like, they still have Hyperion at 3, which is, personally, I would hit Hyperion over Earth. But they still have Hyperion, they still have Venus, they still have Jupiter. But without Earth as their Stratos and their tuner, agents essentially died. Same with TGs. So those were the 2 cards that were limited. Now for the semi-limits, we can now run 2 Luminas. Lightsworn players rejoice, as she's essentially your consistency. I guess as long as the logic is, as long as charge stays at 1, Lightsworns are just going to be too inconsistent, even with JD at 3. Putting Lumina back to 2 definitely helps the deck, though. So, as we see with about every ban list that's gone on, Lightsworns are probably going to be a pretty popular deck at the beginning of the format, but as of what they'll do, we'll see. But having 2 Lumina back definitely helps. Next card to be semied is Marshmallon. This guy should have came off the list. It should be at 3, and essentially at this point, as there's so many cards that do the same thing as this guy. Everyone, Spirit Reaper, Arcana Force, the Fool. There's a lot of there's so many cards that can't be destroyed by battle. It's not a huge deal. This card can go back to 3, and it wouldn't matter. So it's rather irrelevant to anything. Here comes the big semi, and that's Reborn Tengu at 2. This is only the second time ever that a TCG exclusive card has been put on the ban list, restricted or whatever, before it came out in Japan. The first one was Allure of Darkness, back when PC, Perfect Circle, and Dark Arm Dragon format was essentially going on. Now Reborn Tengu to 2. If you haven't noticed the trend at this point for the ban list, essentially it's to lessen the power of synchro monsters, and summoning Tengu essentially makes a lot of decks that spam synchros almost dead. I mean, Reborn Tengu is still functional at 2, but it's essentially the same as having Malicious at 2, as in it's fine, but if you draw into the second Tengu, then it's essentially a dead card. So I guess we'll see if people still even run Tengu while it's at 2, or if they'll try to go to more options and focus more on Xyz. But there you have it. Reborn Tengu's at 2. Next up, Emergency Teleport to 2. Here's another card that probably should have come off the list a format or 2 ago. This card was huge back when Synchros first came out with the Teledad deck, but we've just had so many better options come out that, honestly, I love Teleport at 2, as it makes anything Psychic related relevant again. So the banished Psychics, Gustos, heck, even, and just anything that runs that can support Psychics, or anything that Psychics do, can run 2 of these. Even Windups can run 2 of these with Psychic Commander or something to help do their shenanigans. But Italia 2, definitely like this. Shien Smoke Signal at 2. I don't really know how I feel about this. 6 Samurais are definitely still relevant, as, I mean, they just won YCS Guadalajara for whatever that's worth. It's Mexico. Sorry, Mexico. Love you. But 6 Samurais are definitely still a good deck, and they, with 2 Smoke Signals, they'll definitely get better, as they already have a lot of draw and search to begin with. So you might see a little bit of a resurgence of Samurai decks going around. Smoke Signal at 2. So again, pretty cool. Here's another big semi. Torrential Tribute at 2. This card has been restricted to 1 forever, it seems like. Now this is at 2, which still seems rather insane. I guess it's to help lessen the prevalence of mass special summoning that essentially defines our game right now. Torrential Tribute to 2 is going to be extremely interesting coming next format, as probably the second Torrential is going to replace the Dustshoot that just got banned. So a lot of people's trap lineups are going to be the 3 Solemns and the 2 Torrentials. And then, so that's probably going to be your staple 5 traps of the format. So Torrential Tribute to 2, I don't know about that one. Another card that got semied was Ultimate Offering. This card seems to bounce around the restricted list every so often. I think it was at 1 for a while. It was at 3 for a while. Essentially, Konami always... essentially, it's kind of like Lightsworn. Gadgets are another deck that seems to... people seem to fear at the beginning of ban lists, because, oh, we can spam out rank 4s and whatever. So Ultimate Offering to 2, I guess to again try to restrict mass special summoning, if at all possible. The other card that went to 2 that I don't even have in my possession because it's just that irrelevant anymore is Level Limit Area B. Stalled X died out a long time ago. The card essentially does nothing as long as Exceeds are around. They don't even have levels. So again, Gravity Bind's already at 3. Again, it's another whatever card. And then the only card to come off the list at 3 this time, 3 Call of the Haunted. Another one of those cards that was restricted for a long time, recently went to 2, but people have been running other trap cards like Solemns and stuff last format, especially with MST at 3 and Heavy. And now that Call is at 3, I don't know if this will boost its popularity, but it definitely seems like it can be abusable in some way, especially there's still a lot of decks that focus on the graveyard. So 3 Call the Haunted. We'll see how that goes. Might be nothing, might be huge. We'll see. So that's the ban list for you guys. If you couldn't, as I said before, the list is definitely trying to hit Synchro monsters, as Konami is trying to promote the new Exceeds monsters, which is probably why you don't see stuff like Rescue Rabbit, Insectors, or Windups get hit on this list, because they're still new decks that Konami is trying to promote and push the new Exceeds mechanic. And also, they've only been really around for like half a format, so probably next list will they might get hit, especially since they the last couple YCSs they've been around, they've been everywhere, even though they haven't won either of them. So that's something that'll get hit. So let me know what you guys think about the new ban list. Tell me if you like it, what you like about it, what you hate about it. What do you think should have been banned? What do you think they got right? What do you think they got wrong? Let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you later.